Hello? Hello?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, Roshar. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant.
This is Hina, right?
Yes, this is Hina from Lodha. That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Yeah.
I think some network issue. Roshal, I wanted to, personally talk to you because I went through your entire case history. I also understand that this has been going back and forth for quite some time. So I can understand the amount of concerns it may obviously bring in. So how would you like me to begin? Is there something that you would like to share, or should I share what basis your last email and of course conversations with multiple people, which is Sushant, Alok, and I think very briefly with Hannah as well.
Yeah, you can share and then maybe I'll say what I have to.
Sure. So, I read about your current unit where you're currently in Utrecht, Greenville A1705, 2 BHK Ultima. That's the unit that you've currently continued with, where you've already paid 97% of the CV. In between, yes, of course, you had requested for an upgrade to a 3 BHK, which we totally understand is something that you didn't want to continue with, hence moved back, or rather continued with your 2 BHK.
Right.
Right? Okay. All right. Great. I think there was a dispute on the amount that was paid. The amount that was paid for the 3 BHK, where the conversation steered towards, I think, the cancellation clause and so on and so forth. So I think that is where it got steered to. However, I do see that the entire amount that was paid is something that has been moved to your current unit. Now I know there's a breakup there as well, where there is a certain amount which is your BA1, 1,44,000. I think that's the amount we're looking at. Don't quote me on the figures, but that is something that we can get into. But that's the amount that has not come back to you, and at some point you were told that because it is a booking amount, it is not something that you can get as per the forfeiture clause. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, Rochelle, I do see that the entire amount, everything that you had paid for the 3 BHK has been reversed. It is something that, can get transferred to your current unit. Or if you like, I'm absolutely okay to do an RTGS or give you, hand over a check for that amount, because there's absolutely no need for us to retain that amount. I believe this discussion has happened with you. If not, please do let me know, because I'd like to be completely in sync with what has happened and what you've spoken of, and exactly what we would love to take care of and talk to you about.
Right. So first of all, I want to understand, when I've sent a show cause notice, this is marked to certain people in your top management. I want to try and understand, why have I not got a revert on that mail in black and white yet, addressing my concerns? Because up until last month, the issue was only pertaining to the token amount. But after having a good credit record with you guys for like 4 years now, we find out that our signatures were digitally copy-pasted. After having an excellent record with you guys, making all our payments on time, meeting all your demands, and not defaulting on any payments.
Absolutely.
We find out after 4 years that our signatures were digitally copy-pasted. So Shant has confirmed that this is something that you all practice. And if that's the case, it's illegal. I cannot give you an excuse about having a process and digitally forging your signatures over something. So tomorrow you come to me for something and I make you sign 4 papers. And then you find out on 11 pages I have forged your signatures digitally. And then if I tell you it's a process, basis what are you going to trust me?
Absolutely. I hear you. Yes.
I have no trust left in Lodha anymore. If I don't know if the email is open in front of you, the show cause notice.
It is. I have it right in front of me. The 3 things that you've mentioned, cheating, forgery, and criminal conspiracy. Right?
Yes.
That's the one you're referring to. Yes.
We are very
I've read
upset.
through that.
We are very upset. We don't have any excitement left about the house anymore. You can see if we've paid 97% towards the house and now we don't want to have anything to do with you, there must be a really deep reason. We feel betrayed, cheated, lied to, taken advantage of. I don't know how well, there is, what kind of communication you'll have from your front point of contact guys right up to your top management. But after 4 years of having an issue, now there is somebody at an actual head level who's calling me. And that's not a nice thing. I should have been getting this call a long, long time ago.
I totally agree with you on that one. Completely. And that is something that I take full responsibility for. Can I address you as Rochelle?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Rochelle, that is something that I take full responsibility for. This call to you from me should have come to you a long time ago. That is why I have spent full 2 days, absolutely with zero deviation, on only understanding, studying your case, who has spoken to you, what has happened, what has been communicated, why was it communicated, and I can't even begin to tell you the kind of repercussions people have had for not addressing this case the way it should have been addressed. So that is something that I have personally picked it up within the team, within the department, and not just within customer service department, but across departments. Where there are certain things that, of course, we definitely should have reached out to you much earlier. I should have picked up the phone and spoken to you earlier. But nevertheless, I definitely did not want this to go anything beyond this, where I cause any more pain to the two of you. 97% paid, your possession is round the corner, and if my customers are not happy about taking that unit and are now instead considering nothing to do with that unit, that's not something that we want to live with. So I did read your email. I did read all your units, earlier ones as well, where, the first one to the second and then, of course, the third. I understand, and one thing I definitely gather, Rochelle, is your complete interest and keenness on having this unit. So whatever reasons the units were moved and went back and forth, that's absolutely justified. We shouldn't have taken this long to resolve your concern. The answer to your question about a response to your show cause notice on email, the team was trying to understand exactly what had happened, because this booking is back in 2018. So we went right back to understand where, what, who communicated, what app form was signed, why is it that, the customer feels that the signature was forged, and what is it that we gained out of doing that. We went to that level of finding.
Right.
And the reality is, Rochelle, if I may share with you, the reality is the app form that you signed digitally, I'm guessing, and I'm pretty sure you must have got an iPad, a tab, right?
No, we didn't.
So how did you sign it? I mean, if you can just give me that.
We only had the form given to us, which had the breakup of the slab details.
Okay.
Okay, those are, I think, the first probably 3 or 4 pages.
Okay. Which had your details, had the payment schedule, and of course the slabs, how the payments would be charged, right?
I'll tell you exactly. One
price sheet. You have the payment, your details, your basic information. You'll have the payment schedule, and you'll have the price sheet. These 3 things you'll definitely have. While you're looking at it, Rochelle.
Yeah.
I mean, what I want to say is, by doing what you're stating that we've done, by forging a customer's signature, there is absolutely nothing that we as a brand, as an organization that deliver 10,000 homes a year get out of it. There is no intention of lying to our customers. There is no intention of duping our customers of any amount. There is absolutely absolutely no intention of doing any kind of fraudulent activity because we don't gain anything out of it. You, one customer, if I make you unhappy, I'm not going to last in this industry. And that is not something that we believe in. We've delivered so many projects. We've delivered homes. We've delivered dreams that people have envisaged. People have put in their lifelong savings into houses that they can live in. And we totally understand that emotion, that feeling. And we as developers only want to make that happen. And that's our vision, to make these dreams come true.
That's a great thing if that's what you all have been targeting, but unfortunately we don't fall in that category. Our dreams have been broken and shattered by Lodha time and over again. I will come back to that. But about the application form, I'm looking at it right now. So there's the first page which has our details, then the payment mode, then the second page has a schedule of the payment, the third page is just like an annexure B, and the fourth page has congratulations. That's it. Beyond that, we haven't signed anything. Not digitally, not physically, nothing.
And this you received as a physical copy, or was it sent on an email? Or
we were made to sign it physically.
Physically, okay.
Now coming back to our dreams have been shattered time and over again, okay? We bought this unit, this Greenville unit for 77 lakhs back in 2017. If I look at the sheet, the application form that I have signed right now, 2017. If I look at the form right now, I'm looking at some 90,000 of some kind of a bonus and some bonus above that, which was absolute lies. Today, the same units are going for 70. Deals are being closed at 70. And 4 years down the line, we figure out that not only have we paid more for the unit, but our signatures were actually digitally copy-pasted over something which we have not even remotely shown to us. There is no trust left. This is the worst kind of thing anybody can go through. Nobody in their right mind will be happy continuing with a brand that they have caught forging signatures. I have explained myself to several people and I really honestly felt that none of them have really understood. I honestly feel everybody, even these Sushant guys, these Alok guys, I find them absolutely like robots. You know, it's like as if somebody has drilled a verbiage into them and they just go over and over and over with the same verbiage. And I really don't like talking to such people that don't understand something like that. I understand that they're trained. They have to say a certain thing. They don't really have power in their hands.
To be robots, for sure. Absolutely. No, I completely with you, Rochelle. If that's how my customer feels, that they've been spoken to like one IVR that is being played, then that is something that's a feedback for me. I will ensure that this changes. I need to put in lot more stringent mechanism to ensure that my people sound human. And if they don't sound human, then there is a problem there.
There definitely is.
Sure.
And I don't know if you were there as a supervisor 2 or 3 years ago, if you were there as a head in Lodha 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, because at that time when I had called and I had specifically asked to speak to a supervisor or a manager, and I told them I don't want to speak to anybody from escalation desk. I know how a contact center hierarchy works. I have worked at the supervisory level. I know that every manager and supervisor is in a position to make a call to a customer. But I was told that the managers don't make calls. You know how much that pissed me off? That's like telling me that as a customer, I am forced to deal with robots instead of speaking to somebody who can actually help me or actually has the power to help me. I know that escalation desk doesn't have the power to help me beyond some minute basic things. I didn't want to speak to them. The last time I spoke to Alok, I really expressed myself and I felt it was a waste. People who heard me speak to him felt that I really made my points clear, but honestly, I felt I would rather say that to somebody at a position who was in a situation to help me or to understand what I have been through.
Absolutely.
He was justifying the fact that my signatures were not forged. This form has been viewed by 10 different people. And everybody can see that the signatures are forged. You cannot tell me that my signatures are not forged. And basis this, I don't have any trust left. If I have come this far with Lodha after 4 years waiting for a house that we wanted so bad, and if today I'm telling you that I want to have nothing to do with Lodha, there is a reason behind that. I want to ever forget that I dealt with y'all. Because of us, Lodha has got other customers because we were so happy when we booked the house 4 years ago. Our whole experience from then till now has been absolutely horrid. I was told 2 years ago when the possession was being delayed. Okay, last year in March we were supposed to get possession. I called 6 months prior to that. And you know what they told me? They told me that, man, you can just call us as soon as we get our OC and we'll try to rush your possession. You all got the OC for the building in March this year, and when I called your contact center, they told me there's nothing they can do to help me and I will have to wait. This is the kind of C grade level customer service I have got. And you know how I feel about giving you all business? I feel regret. Because none of the promises made to me were delivered. None. Despite being a customer with y'all for so many years, y'all held back my token money. Even though I didn't technically cancel the flat, I just downgraded. And you know what I was told by one of your advisors? They told me that, man, when you upgrade a flat, I asked them, so why wasn't my token held back when I upgraded it? Then why did you all make an adjustment? So your advisor tells me, ma'am, because that is a profit that Lodha made. But when you downgrade, it's a loss. Is this the kind of thing you're supposed to be telling a customer?
Really? No, that's absolutely not true. That's absolutely not true.
And you know who said this to me? Prashant said this to me.
Okay.
And I have proof that he said it. He told me that when you upgrade a unit, it's a profit to Lodha, so we adjusted. But when you cancel it, it's a loss. So I asked him, how is it a loss when I'm downgrading? And when the girl who sold me the 3 BHK called me and told me that she has found another customer for that house, how is it a loss? And he had nothing to say to that. I'm not in the right state of mind anymore to, go ahead with anything with Lodha, because I have felt extremely tormented. I can't explain to you how we have felt after we found out what has happened with our signatures. There is no two ways about this. I'm extremely unhappy.
I can sense it in your voice. You really don't have to say it. I can sense it. The fact that you're narrating and you're sharing these instances with me, one, I'm appreciative that you're sharing it, but two, I'm equally sad and I'm equally upset that this is how we made you feel. Because that is not how we think for you. And I'm really sad that what we think for you never got communicated. That is the worst situation we can ever be in. I mean, there is absolutely no reason for us to go any other route but the right one, which says that you've booked a unit, you want your unit, you've made your payments, we are supposed to deliver it. There is no other route. This is the only path, and this is the only pattern we follow with every customer, and that pattern has to be followed for you too. There is no difference in that. But I can totally sense it when you're saying it. I can sense that your experience has not been a good one, Rochelle. But my request to you is, please give me an opportunity to correct it.
I'm absolutely giving you all an opportunity, but this is probably the last opportunity because I'm tired. No, I don't think any other human being in my place would have had this kind of patience that I've had with you guys for 4 years.
I appreciate that, Rochelle. I appreciate your patience, and that's exactly why when I saw the case history and I saw the number of times it has come to us and you've written to us, I could tell the customer is in pain. The customer is yelling out and shouting out in pain, and we're not addressing it. And that's exactly why I picked up the phone to call you. I didn't think twice. I called you first thing in the morning to tell you that I'll call you back because I wanted to further just ensure that I have everything in front of me while I talk to you. All these conversations that you're talking about, Rochelle, this is not something that we believe. This has happened. I don't deny it. You're saying it. I believe you. If you've had these conversations, it is my moral responsibility to take care of it, and I will. I promise to, because I cannot have another customer being upset like this, and I cannot have you being upset. 97% is a lot of money, Rochelle, that you guys have paid. That's a lot of money for a dream house. I would hate it if you don't get your dream house.
Do you know, Hina, do you know that we actually forfeited our token amount before signing up with you guys with another builder 4 years ago? We actually forfeited our token amount to sign up with Lodha. And this is the treatment we have got. That you guys forfeited our token amount with your own unit. And then 4 years down the line, we find out that our signatures were forged. Do you know how much we've paid in interest so far? We've paid almost between 12 to 14 lakhs in interest over the last several years and months that we waited for this unit. No customer would do that. We know how many people have abandoned flats. We've been so diligent, so loyal, so committed, and this is what we got in return. I can't even put it in words how betrayed we feel, and there is no two ways. I had a lot of respect for you guys 4 years ago. I had a lot of empathy towards you. I'm telling you, you guys have totally messed it up with us big time, big time.
Give me a chance to correct it, Rochelle. I request you to give me that chance, please.
Please fix it. I'm not in a position to talk to any more people.
No, you don't have to talk to anybody
because I don't want to do that.
No, you do not have to talk to anyone else. I'm the only point of contact. Please feel free to call me, but I will also call you. I know that there is a certain amount that is yet pending, which I think you've been told that we will transfer it to your existing unit. What I can do for you is, whatever is comfortable for you, whatever you choose, either I can transfer it, or I can provide you with a check, or I can do an RTGS. You tell me what works the best for you. Out of these three, I'll have it done.
That is just one part of the issue, That was really just the only issue until we found out the signatures were forged. But now this is not acceptable. Forging the signatures is not acceptable. I will not take that as a justification from you guys. Had we defaulted on our payments, not paid you guys, held back the money, you all would have just cancelled the agreement and taken the house back like you all did with a lot of other people. We were very diligent, very committed. We made all our payments.
We wouldn't. Why would you? You tell me logically. Tell me, Rochelle. If I forfeit and if I cancel somebody's unit and I take it back, unless that customer has not been paying forever, if I do that, I as a builder, where will I go?
I'm giving you an example.
Is to make house and deliver.
I understand, but I'm giving you an example. Now, when you all have a certain protocol to follow, you all stick to it. So why should I, kind of listen to anything that Lodha has to say after I find out something as horrible as this has happened?
No, so this also what you're stating about the signature. I've gone back and I'm, I still have to investigate. I've already initiated it. I've reached out to IT. I've reached out to multiple people because it was done back in 2018. In fact, our plan, when I spoke to my seniors as well, is that we want to track down the individual who did this entire interaction and this entire, the app form that was sent to you with signature on every page. So, in our opinion, if that person comes into picture, if I trace, which I know, because it has been over the years and in sales, you know how people churn, you know how people move. That individual is no longer in the system. But if that person was in the system, we started our tracking of that individual only with one intention of ensuring that that person no longer is in the system, because if he's practiced this malfunction, there is absolutely zero tolerance to this.
So now this is completely contradicting. Now this is completely contradicting information to what Sushant told me.
I'm coming to that part as well.
Okay.
What Sushant shared with you is that this is the process of digital signature.
Yes.
I went through that process as well. I took an entire demo of how it works. Okay. In that, of course, the discussion I will have with you is, you obviously are the one who will tell me whether this procedure happened with you or not. But I went through the procedure of how digitally it is done. When a customer comes to our site and when that iPad is offered, where the app form is available, the customer goes through that app form, which has exactly the first page, the one that you just stated you have in physical format. It has that form, which has the customer's details. It has the payment schedule. It has the, how the entire price sheet works. Then it has terms and conditions as one single web page, where below, then it says, you have the signature, then comes the signature part, right? So when you click on that button, it takes you to a page where you can actually sign. If the customer signs there, then there are again few buttons which say save and submit. And that's how this works. Now, the minute you save that form, because it is a single web page where you signed at the bottom of it, it converts it to a PDF. Now, because it converts it to a PDF, obviously it converts it into multiple pages. When it converts it into multiple pages, it auto-populates. Because the signature has happened for the entire terms and condition, which is one single web page. But because that web page cannot be saved as one page, it converts, let's say, into 3 to 4 pages approximately. And that signature is that acknowledged in all those 4 pages.
So that's
probably how it works.
Okay, so that's probably a process that you must have started following much later on, because I remember one of the first 50 or 100 customers or something of that sort who had booked with you guys. And everybody keeps talking to me about this iPad. I don't remember any iPad given to us. It's clearly visible that we have physically signed on those first 4 pages. And I don't know who has digitally copy-pasted those signatures, but in our right mind, we would never sign over. I mean, if it's it just doesn't make sense. I don't even know how to put it in words. I mean, the clauses are missing. Literally, the clauses are missing. I mean, if you guys didn't have to delay our token amount refund for 4 years, I would have never found out that our signatures are forged. The other day, I just thought to myself, let me have a look. Several people looked at that form. We got it cross-checked, verified with sources, and everybody could see that our signatures were forged.
But there is no benefit we get out of it, Rochelle. That's what I'm trying to understand, and I have dug so deep into it to understand that do we even benefit by doing something like that? Is there a monetary benefit? Is there some other benefit that we get out of it? Because the amount of effort I will have to put to sell that flat to somebody else has a cost involved there. So why would I do that? Why would I do double work for double the money that I have to put in, wherein I already have sold that unit? So the missing part here is, Rochelle, for you and me both, the missing part here is you're saying you didn't get anything on an iPad, and our system shows that it was digitally signed. Correct?
Exactly.
That's the missing part. So that is something that I have already started my investigation on, because if that is something that has happened, I have a big problem. I need to figure it. I hope this is not a practice that we are following. I also checked with multiple salespeople where I tried to understand that is this an ongoing practice. So that's when I got to know that there are a lot of projects where we still do physical forms, like what you stated, and there are a few projects where we do digital, which is the iPad version. Now, with this entire pandemic, etc., everything that came into place, a lot of sites are once again now moving back to or looking at physical copies being signed. The reason we moved to digital was only because as a brand, we obviously want to move ahead in life and make our processes and systems far more, better. And digital only makes us come into the new era. The intention was to simplify it for our customers and not make our customer, sit and go through multiple pages for hours, and then by the time we reach the 5th page, obviously it's so difficult to remember what is on the first page. We didn't want our customers to go through all of that, and that's how, with that good intention, the digitized version was brought in.
See, Hina, you as an individual person, maybe could be somebody who thinks about things differently. But this is not how I was made to feel 4 years ago, and throughout the entire period of 4 years. Every single time I called and I begged for my token money back, I was just shunned away with this 3.5 clause, which after 4 years I find out wasn't even there in my application form. It's like sentences are missing. And not just that, my signatures were digitally copy-pasted. Now this is completely unacceptable. After the way I was treated by Lodha for 4 years, after referring people to you guys, for different projects, after people signing up with you guys, you all held back my token amount, you all shunned me, and now I find out that you guys have forged my signatures, and there is absolutely no way that I'm going to let this go. Now, after 4 years, today you're making a call to me, but what I went through over the last 4 years, the hell I went through with Lodha, only I know about it and my husband knows. We've gone from pillar to post because of your project being delayed, okay? We've been shunned. Our voices have not been heard. Okay, I've written to your top management, and I really feel there's a disconnect between your front line and between your top management. Do you know how long I was made to wait to get a revert on the show cause notice? 3 weeks. I was told by some girl who picked up the call that Sushant, the case has been taken from Sushant and given over to Alok. So Alok is going to be coordinating. Alok calls me 4 weeks ago on a Tuesday, asks for 2-3 days, and then he calls me after, he doesn't even call me back. I call him back after 3 weeks to find out what's happening. And then he tells me he's taken an injection for COVID and he was sick and he was not in a position to talk, so he left early. But supposedly he was supposed to call me on that day. So I asked him what was he doing for 3 weeks. And he said that he was studying the case or whatever. So I asked him for an update. And after 3 weeks, I am being informed that my token amount is going to be transferred to my unit. So I told him this was the information I was already given by Sushant, and I was told by your contact center lady that the case is being transferred from Sushant to Alok because Alok is supposed to be handling it in a better way. And then you call me after 3 weeks and give me the same information that Sushant gave me. So what the hell was I waiting for 3 weeks? Again, I felt stupid. Because every single time I feel that I give you guys time because I feel some empathy towards you all, because as a human being, you would want to give somebody time. But time and again, I'm betrayed, and I feel absolutely horrible. I don't feel I can trust anybody in Lodha anymore.
Please let me correct that, Rochelle. I mean, I really wish I was in this, in this position, in this current environment 4 years ago, so that this case would have come to me 4 years ago. But I can rest assure you, I'm struggling with words because I can hear your pain. I can hear your emotions. You're upset to another level, and you're totally in that state where you don't even want to do anything with it, which is hurting me even more. Because that is not something that we are all about. I am so unfortunate to know that multiple people have created this impression for you. I am making notes while talking to you for each of the points that you've mentioned, because in my head, I know what I'm going to do next. I know how I want to correct this. And I know if this is the gap and my customer feels this, I'm not going to listen to anybody else who says anything different. But coming back to your situation, I would really like to resolve it for you. I would really like to correct it. I would really like to, ensure that your house comes to you.
See, this can be corrected, well and good, but the bottom line is that in my head, I have been through a certain kind of hell for 4 years with Lodha, and I really am not in a situation to want to deal with anybody from Lodha anymore because I'm exhausted. I'm utterly exhausted, and I was explaining to Alok the other day as well that I feel, there are different kinds of people. There are people who betray you, there are people who cheat you, there are people who criminally forge your signatures, but with Lodha, you guys did all of that with me. And I can't begin to tell you how I feel even thinking about the fact that I'm going to have, I actually have a house with you guys. It's not a nice feeling. It's a very, very unpleasant feeling that I'm living with right now. If this is not corrected and this doesn't go like how it's supposed to go, because this is really the last opportunity I'm giving you all to correct this issue.
Absolutely.
It's just not going to be nice. That's all I can say, because I have decided over the last 4 years that, I have to be strong enough to help my own self, because Lodha has not helped me. And today I stand in a position where I know I can help myself if you guys don't help me. This is really the last opportunity I am giving you guys. And the only reason I'm giving you all this opportunity, you should know this very well, is because I have been observing how you guys have been behaving over the past 4 years, and I strongly believe, I could be wrong about this, which I will know based on how my, what the outcome is eventually in the future. But at this point, the only reason I'm giving you all this opportunity to correct this mess is because I feel that your front line and your top management has a big, huge disconnect.
That is something that I will correct, Rochelle. Because I fall in that position where I connect with both.
Yes, I understand you are the middle, you're like the middleman, right. And you are in a position to connect with both. But after 4 years, I have come to a realization that your front line and your top management have a big disconnect. I understand that you all are busy. You'll have a lot of work to do like any other organization. You'll have a lot of things on your plate. But it is appalling the kind of disconnect that your top management has with your front line. And the reason I'm giving you this opportunity is only because I want to see that now that I have addressed it to top management, what are you all going to do about it? And basis whether you'll help me or not, I will take it forward the way I need to.
That's exactly why I've called you, Rochelle. You please help me understand what is it that we can do for you. That's exactly why this call. I want to completely understand how best can we help you. Once again, have that faith, once again have that trust, and once again have that excitement in having your home.
You'll have hurt me repeatedly over 4 years. You'll have to undo that hurt. Now, I don't know how you're going to undo that hurt, because I'm in a position right now where, for me, in my head, I just don't want anything to do with Lodha. Okay, I feel like I just want all my money back, and I just want to be done with you guys. I don't know of any other way in which you all can fix the hurt, because the hurt is too bad. It's too painful. If somebody gets into an accident and if they're left unattended, after 4 years, they're going to become like a vegetable. Okay, so that is my situation right now. When the time was right, my wounds were not treated, and now they have festered and become so bad that now I don't know how and what you all can do to fix the pain and the hurt. But in my head, I just don't want anything to do with Lodha anymore. That's the only way I see out, because it has been a very toxic relationship I've had with you all. And like any other toxic relationship, if it doesn't get better, you just have to leave, right? So that's what I want. I just want to ever forget about this Lodha episode. We guys have paid you so much of money over the last 4 years. We have 97% of our payment. And now if I'm telling you I want to have nothing to do with you guys, you can only imagine how intense the hurt and the pain is. And not just me, my husband also. We are both into it together, and it's really a very ugly situation.
Yes. That's what I want to understand, Rochelle. As in, I want to undo this. You're giving me a chance. You're giving me this. You've come to the edge, and you're still giving me that chance, and that's exactly what I want to ensure, that I don't miss out on that chance. I don't want to miss out on this opportunity. But I also don't want to land up in a situation where once again you and I have a gap in what you want and what I understand as what you want. So this will only work and this will only help if you and I really, really, voice what is it that can help correct this.
So before I put across my point, I want to understand from you, when you have gone through my case and, you have understood how I have felt, what is it that you think you can do to help me? I mean, I want to understand if, this has been discussed, if you all are making any attempts to try and understand the pain you all have caused me, because this is not just kind of ordinary pain that anybody goes through. With I'm sure these are things that, I don't know, I feel really horrible when I think about what I've been put through by Lodha. So when you understand my situation and when you've read all the emails, what do you think you can do to help me out of it?
So Rochelle, one was, from experience perspective, I told you the corrective measures that we are going to take. Exactly what we are going to do to ensure that no customer has to go through this. If there is a gap, which we've already started investigations on, we know the intention with which those new elements were introduced, we'll have them corrected immediately. So that is something from a process perspective, from how we actually make our customers feel the journey from start to the end. That is something that I've already picked up, not only within the department but also across, to ensure that this is seamless for every customer. From your unit perspective, Rochelle, your entire amount that you had paid for the 3 BHK, which is your BA1, BA2 plus GST, that entire amount, that is something that comes back to you completely. So once you confirm the amount, how you want it, whether you want it transferred or you want it in your account, I will have that initiated as well. So there is, every agreement, every contract, anything we buy, there are two parties involved in it and both mutually agree to it. It cannot work that one agrees and the other doesn't agree.
And that's exactly where we've had a disconnect with Lodha. This is exactly the reason why I'm no longer in a position to trust you guys, because there's been a breach in that, a big time major breach.
But Rochelle, you also have the earlier two experiences of the two units that you booked with us. I'm sure there are forms that you filled there as well. I have the form that you received for the current 2 BHK, which is a physical form.
See, Ahina, if I do 2 out of 3 things right to you, but if I do one thing wrong, you're going to remember the wrong thing.
No, that's not where I'm going. No, just hear me out. That's not where I'm going. I'm not saying if one has gone wrong, that makes up for the other two right. No. what I'm trying to say here is, it is a similar purchase. If you notice, if the words differ but the language remains the same, if you look at the terms and conditions, even for the current unit, it speaks exactly of similar clauses. So what I'm trying to say is, we don't try to complicate life for our customers, and we don't want to do that, because it doesn't take us anywhere. We rather spend time in building more houses and selling more houses than correcting the existing ones. So the contracts are all similar. The first 2 BHK that you bought, the second 2 BHK, and the third. Unfortunately, in the third one, from somewhere this digital version has come into picture. So that has really complicated things in this particular scenario, which is something I want to undo, and I obviously have picked it up. I've picked it up with senior management. I have spoken to multiple people. We've all discussed it, and that's exactly why I'm calling you. So that
when I'm speaking to you, you can hear me, okay? But yes. Abhishek Lodha can't hear me. So I don't know if he understands how seriously pissed I am at this moment, okay? Because when you speak to somebody and they can hear you, that's the whole point of communication. I can't communicate it to him, okay? But I really need you to know that at this point, I'm super pissed. If we paid 77 lakhs for a unit 4 years ago, of which the price has depreciated today, but we still loyally paid you guys all your demands and never called to argue about any of those aspects. That means we were pretty sure we wanted the unit, but that's not the case today. So in my head,
understand, Rochelle, what can I do for you? Please help me understand. Process fix, all of that I will do. That's a guarantee. From your current unit, the amount perspective, the money that is involved, again, that also I'm willing. Not willing, that is something that I will do. That is something that comes to you.
Right.
Is there anything else that you have in mind?
Yes, at this point in time, if we are looking at, just cordially as two people, as Lodha and myself and my husband, if we just want to cordially go forward with this and just, cut this whole thing out, just forget this ever happened. Okay, you guys go your own way, I go my own way. What I want is all the money that I've paid you guys so far. I want all of that back. Okay, and then you guys can just keep the house. I want all my money back, even the token amount and everything I've paid you along with interest all of these years. I want all of that money back. We cordially and peacefully close this deal and we just go our own separate ways, Hina. That's all I want. After 4 years, I am no longer in a position mentally, physically, emotionally to have anything to do with Lodha. Betrayal is the worst form of feeling anyone can feel, and I'm not willing to hurt myself beyond this point anymore. And I feel that if you guys are not going to help me, I'm going to help myself. And I know exactly how I want to do that. So if we just want to close this whole chapter, okay, you guys go on with your life peacefully. I will go on with my life peacefully. I just want all my money back. Every single penny that I've paid you guys, along with my interest that I've paid the bank, I want all of that money back and you guys can keep the house. I can no longer live in that house every single day, being reminded of how I was treated by this particular brand, whose ground is beneath my feet and roof is above my head. I will not be able to live with myself. Rochelle, I don't want anyone to push me to feel good, because that's not working. You guys have never done anything to make me feel good, and I don't see how I will be happy being in that 2 BHK, okay?
Rochelle,
we were already, Hina, in a very bad position. I was very sad when we had to downgrade the 3 BHK.
Okay.
Okay, we had a lot of respect for your brand, and we had a lot of, I can even go to the extent of saying that 4 years ago we even had love toward Lodha. Love is a very strong word to use.
It is.
Okay? We had enough love to want to cancel an agreement or a forfeit the token of another builder and move to you guys from a 1.5 to a 2 to a 3. Do you know how much of pain we were feeling when we realized we couldn't go ahead with the 3 BHK and when we downgraded the house? We were already feeling enough of pain. And you guys, we were wounded us even more by holding our money back. That is not a nice feeling. I will never be able to live in that house knowing that my husband and I were so good to you guys, but all you all did to us for 4 years was betrayed us, cheated us, forged our signatures, and charged us so much extra, and gave us the possession late. I will never be able to live with all these things. And specifically knowing that you all did nothing to make us happy.
Rochelle, that's exactly what we want to do. We want to make you happy once again, you and your husband both. And trust me, once you live in your home, the happiness will be there. You also know that. The experience that you've had in the last 4 years, I want to correct all of that.
It's not going to happen. If I'm mentally not happy about something, how can I physically be in that place and feel happy? I dread even stepping my feet on that ground. It's like, walking into a place which reminds you of the worst things that have happened to you. Everybody keeps telling me that. Alok has made that same statement. Some advisors in the past have told me something when I couldn't wait for possession. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. After you guys have cheated me and done stuff like this, however it has happened, that is not my lookout. It has happened, and it has happened with me. I don't know if it's happening with other people. I cannot speak on behalf of other people, and I don't even want to go there because that is not my life. I have to deal with my hurt, not people's hurt. And if nobody is willing to help me with my hurt, I will help myself. Because thanks to Lodha, today you guys have made me a much stronger person. I can stand and I can fight for my own rights. Because you guys never helped me for 4 years. You put me through shit and never helped me.
No, Rochelle, we want to help you. We really want to help you. Our intention was absolutely nothing else, but intention was to help you. There has clearly been a lot of communication gap, a lot of conversations which were intended in a certain way, but has got communicated in an absolutely different way. So that is something that you please give us a chance to correct that. Your unit is yours. That's your home. Right now, it may sound like a house, but I know for a fact it's a home for you.
No, it's not, Hina. That feeling was lost last year only. And then now it has become worse.
Please help me bring it back.
How are you going to do it? How are you going to do it, Hina? I really don't know, from a human point of view, what is it that you can do that's going to make me happy? Because I just go back to that festered wound, story that I told you. That's just how it is right now. I don't know what you can do that's going to make me happy. I'm just, you guys have broken me real bad, okay? You guys have literally broken me. I can use that word very, very, very truly. But you guys have broken every single emotion of mine that I had. And I really don't know after 4 years what you can do to fix it. 4 years is a long time to go through an abusive relationship or a thing which has caused you pain. By the end of 4 years, you pretty much become a psycho. So after 4 years, I really don't know what. I
really hope that's not where we've gone. Please, Rochelle, that's not where we want to be. That's not where we want to take our customers at all. We don't. We really don't want to take our customers to that place at all. We want you to be happy when you look at your home. We want to be happy when you think about your home. We want you to be happy once you even step your foot in it. That is why we work extremely hard. Even with the current pandemic situation, which has got extended beyond imagination, nobody thought it would happen like this. We've still gone all out to ensure that we start our construction on multiple sites. We do everything that it takes to deliver these homes with the quality that we've promised. So our focus and our motivation comes from our customers who believe in our brand. We do not survive without them. We cannot fuel ourselves without our customers. Rochelle, the last 4 years has been extremely painful for you and your husband. We want to correct it. And the only way we can correct it is if we deliver your home to you. That is the only way we can correct it. In order to deliver your home to you, Rochelle, is there something that you have in mind that you would like to share with me?
I don't know if this is the only way that you guys can correct it by giving me something that I've paid for, then that's not going to help me in any way.
Okay. So is there something else that we can help you with?
I don't know. I already told you, right? Like, I want all my money back that I paid you guys, and I want to shut this Lodha chapter from my life. I want to take it out of my system, forget about the brand name, and just forget that this hideous, ugly episode ever happened with me in my life. That's the only thing I can think of. If you can think of something beyond that, you can let me know, and maybe I'll discuss it with my husband.
Okay. All right. So I hear you. I hear your emotions as well. Can I ask you for a day or two where let me discuss it with my team as well. When I say my team, I'm talking about my management team. Let me discuss it with them. Since you've very nicely, you've given me that opportunity to actually come back to you, where if I give you your home and if there's anything that I can do to correct your emotions, then let me come back to you with what is it that we can offer. I'll come back to you. You'll get a call from me, nobody else. You have my number as well. If you have even slightest of doubt, you please feel free to call me, message me, whatever works for you. Okay. But you will hear from me. We are sitting on a Thursday. Can I buy time till Monday, or is that too late for you?
Yeah, that's fine. Monday is fine.
Monday is fine? Okay.
Yeah.
So I will call you on Monday. I will go back, have the discussion. Even if I don't have a concrete answer for you on Monday, I will at least call you and tell you that I need one more day. But I will not need more than that. Okay, but Monday it is, you'll get a call from me.
Alright, okay.
Anything else, Rochelle, you want me to keep in mind? Anything that you'd like to share?
No, just that I don't know what can be done to fix the pain, because from my point of view, I only see us, like being in an extremely highly toxic relationship for the past 4 years. And as from where I stand as of today, as of right now, as of Thursday, June the 24th, I just feel that the best way out of a toxic relationship is just to end it, and that's the only thing I see. I don't know what you can do to make things better for me, but if you say that you're going to try and do something, I mean, from where I'm looking at it, I really don't know what you can do besides what I have said about, just ending this relationship, really. Because just thinking about it, this
relationship gets pushed to a certain limit, and I know that this is what happened here. But every relationship that gets pushed to the edge, there are two outcomes to it. One that you're referring to, and the other that I'm suggesting. Because in every relationship, whether it is with our parents, whether it is with siblings, friends, whoever it is, the person we love the most may end up hurting us the most. But the decision and the choice we make is what actually either builds that relationship or just ends it. So, I know you've been pushed to a limit. I can hear it. I know right now you want to go with the option of ending the relationship, but I still see a small ray of hope, Rochelle. And I would love to correct it. I would love to bring this relationship back, because you are giving not only us an opportunity to bring our relationship with you back, but with all the feedback that you've given me, you will help me build that relationship. And if we are even remotely unintentionally pushing any other customer towards the edge, we have that corrected as well. So I can't thank you enough for sharing all of this with me, because this will not only help me resolve your concerns, it will help me resolve a lot of concerns.
All right.
So give me a chance. Let's. My only request is, please keep the relationship going. Please have faith in us. You've had your faith, and that is why you're still with us. I really want to make sure that I don't fail you on your belief.
I understand, but sometimes everything can just change in like a month or even a day or even a minute, and for me as a person, I've just always been that kind of a person. I can entertain, a certain kind of a behavior for a very long time, but there comes a day when I decide I can't take it anymore and I will just cut off. That's just me as a human, even with my relationships with people. So if you guys as a brand, who are a brand, not even like, y'all are individually, human beings, but as a brand, y'all are a brand name. Okay, so if I can cut off from human beings after a certain point in time, then it's the exact same way I feel with Lodha right now, because I've come to that day and that stage where I feel that's it, I'm done. So if you say that, you are suggesting something, okay, I mean, I'm willing to give you time till Monday or Tuesday, but if at all, I because at this point in time I don't see what can be done to fix my pain, because it's just way too deep. And if the solution is me taking my house and then just kind of going with it, no, that's definitely not something that I'm looking forward to at all.
Okay. And in the meantime, till I come back to you, if you have any suggestions, or if you and your husband come up with something that you have in mind, my request is please do share it with me. Please do share it, because a relationship works when we communicate to each other openly. What I can offer and what you want, the intent is very simple. The goal is that we want to ensure that you have your love for your home back, and you have your home and you live in that home. That is very clear in our mind. That is the only thing that will make us happy. But you have been through, a lot of things in the last 4 years. If there is something that you have in mind, you please feel free to share it with me. I will either tell you that yes, this is something that I can help you with, or I will tell you that this is not something that is feasible to share. I'll be upfront with you.
Okay, great.
But I'd rather be in a situation where you tell me, we discuss it, and that's how we close it. Not with a closed mind that no, I've been through enough. Because I want to ensure that you are back with us as a customer. Right now, it's only on the system that you're a customer to us. I want you as emotionally involved and emotionally back with us. That is what I would like to do.
See, now for us to go back to where we were a few, maybe even months ago, or years, maybe even a year ago, to be in that, if we really were to go back to that point in time when we were so enthusiastic about Lodha, we were referring our family like crazy, our family was signing up like crazy, we were talking to our friends. If we really have to go back to that state, I don't know what you guys can do to take us back to that point in time, because the kind of hurt that we've been through is really insane. I will give you a very crude example now. You know how I felt with you guys? Suppose you find out your husband is betraying. And then you find out the husband has not only betrayed, the husband has also cheated, and then has also robbed you of your money or criminally forged your signatures. That's how I feel with Lodha today. The pain is, the reason why I gave you the example of a husband is because I don't think there's any relationship greater on this earth than the relationship between a husband and a wife. I don't think any other relationship can cause you to feel that kind of betrayal and pain. That's the reason I gave you this example. And this is the way I feel with Lodha. And for that husband to come back and then do something which will fix all these dreadful emotions and all this pain, I really can't think of anything that can be done. Because I'm the kind of a person, if somebody betrays me and hurts me, I will just cut off. I will just cut off. So, if you guys have to take us back, specifically me, back to that point in time when I was enthusiastically talking about you guys, I don't know if that's even possible. I don't know what you guys can do, but at this point in time, this is how I feel.
We will not be able to do that without you. That is for sure. No matter what we do, I cannot do it without you. That is why what I'm requesting is, I'm requesting your this last bit of faith that you have for us, the last bit of trust that you have in us. Please, with an absolute open mind, where, yes, I do not deny that you've been in pain. I do not deny that at all. But right now, in order to ensure that we can move forward in a very positive relationship, in a very happy relationship, I want your partnership with me. I want your involvement. I want to request your involvement, because unless you make it happen, there is nothing that I do that will make it happen. No matter what I do is not going to make you happy.
All right.
So please do have an open mind. Please do give us that chance. And when you're saying you're giving me that chance, please do give me that chance truly. Because if you don't give me that chance in your heart, there is no way, no matter what, it's going to come back to being a relationship. The example that you gave me is very, very apt.
All right.
In that example also, you also know that people do turn around. They turn around 180 degrees. And that's when life becomes even better. So, you're giving me that chance. I'm absolutely thankful to you. Everything that you've shared with me, I've obviously made a note of it. I will ensure that all the processes, all the communication that we do from a frontline perspective is taken care of. If you felt the way you felt it because it has been said.
Yes.
The intent with which it has been said, I can guarantee you, the intent was not to hurt you. The intent was not to do anything that was illegal, because we don't do that. As a brand, these are not elements that we even welcome in our environment. Forget ingraining it within ourselves. We don't even welcome it in our environment. The smallest of things, the smallest of, you're using very big words like cheat and betrayal. These are not even part of our dictionary, because as a brand, we can't even afford to think in that direction. We only build, deliver. That is the motto we live with. We provide lifestyle. That is the motto we live with. We provide happiness. We cannot do that if we even 1% have a thought or an intent of duping or cheating a customer. I will not be able to I won't even be able to sell the next unit. Because we live in the same world, we live in the same city, we live exactly where we deliver. How will we even manage to grow if I try to cheat my customers?
I would really hope that this is an emotion that is standard, because this is not what I have felt with anyone I have communicated with so far.
And I apologize for that, Rochelle. I truly apologize for that. This emotion, while we instill in our people and people who join us and people who work for us in front end, they live with this emotion. When we talk about our brand, when we tell them about projects, when we tell them about the launches, when we tell them about customers who've taken handovers, who've enjoyed, we share pictures of when people come and, take the possession of their unit. We celebrate while the customers are celebrating with their family. We have an entire ceremony on the floor where we share these pictures and everyone claps and enjoys, and we celebrate the fact that here you go, we successfully delivered a few more units.
I absolutely can't imagine relating to those people, because I would probably start crying if I even looked at that the entrance of that township. It was going to remind me of all the pain I went through in the last 4 years. So, if I see somebody excited, it will make my emotions even worse. It will probably send me into a psychotic trance or something. So I can't absolutely imagine or relate to any of those people right now, because this is not the way I feel.
Because you've not felt it. Yes, I know. I can tell you've not felt it, and that is why I'm talking to you, Rochelle. Because we live with this emotion, and I'm very sad to know that if we live it, I won't be able to communicate it. It hurts me beyond imagination. But I'm thankful to you. I'm thankful that you've given me this last opportunity. I will not disappoint you. My only request, like I said, please do still think positively of your home. Please do look forward to having it, living in it. I will come back to you on Monday, like I promised. And in the interim, if there's anything that you and your husband think of and you want me to know of, please do call me and let me know.
All right.
And feel free to drop me a message in case you feel, but absolutely your choice. I'm okay.
All right. Okay.
Thanks, Rochelle. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good day. Bye.
Thanks, you too. Bye.